Hi, Kathy.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome to the Bullpen. Tell us a little bit about you and how you arrived, and I'm not going to ruin the punchline for you, but what you're doing in life and how you got there.
Great. So I am an investor now, but I started my career in doing product development. So I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for 12 years, which was great learning ground for learning the sciences, and I developed products, the vaccines, et cetera, in that field, which was great. But I got the business bug. So went back to business school, went to Carlson. I'm also a U of M. Went back to Carlson and did my MBA. And then while I was there, met several med device entrepreneurs, and including some people I'm sure people would know, Ed Spencer, Bob Book, Lee Jones, as became mentors of mine as I was in business school. So jumped off from there into investment banking, which is also a fantastic training ground to jump off into the investment world. So went to investment banking at Piper Sandler for several years, and then off into the venture world, where I've been spending my time now for over 20 years.
So tell me about your fund.
Yeah, so Capita3. So Sarah Russick is here. She's part of Capita3 as well. So Capita3 is a female-led fund focused on investing in women-led businesses in the healthcare field. So when the group was started 2018, that wasn't a very normal fund structure at all. There were not very many female fund managers. There were not very many funds focused on investing in women. There are more today, but that was really not a very typical situation at the time. So Fund 1 got started then. We're now raising Fund 2. We've got a portfolio of 11 companies, and we invest at the intersection of deep tech and healthcare. So we like a lot of really strong technology and intellectual property and that sort of thing, but within the healthcare field.
I'm going to hit back on this idea of attracting LPs in this market, down economy. It's a women-focused fund. How's that evolution occurred for you? I know you've done it multiple times now. Just talk about that journey a little bit, engaging folks in that mission.
Yeah, very difficult. And Fund 1 was predominantly individual investors. So people, and mostly women. I think 80% of the Fund 1 investors are female, which was by design. So there was a lot of education going on around helping people understand what that meant to invest in funds. Fund 2 is more directed toward institutional investors, but those institutions have to have a desire to really be involved in what we call an emerging manager. An emerging manager is a fund that is relatively new, where they're willing to take risks on a newer manager. I've been doing this 20 plus years, but they still think new in a way. And so they have to be interested in emerging managers too. And one of the driving factors there that's very, very true is that emerging managers tend to have better returns for various reasons. But the investors have to understand that dynamic because it's a little riskier, but the returns typically are better.
So we have a couple people. We're going to be talking to Eric later, who's raising a fund. Brandon's getting started in his own PE fund. He'll be up here in a minute. We are very interested in your mission. This evening, we have a happy hour focused on women-funded initiatives. We're working hard in the Bullpen to elevate this mission, but I put it to you, how can we help you? What do you need? You've gotten to know us a little bit. How can Bullpen help you?
Yeah, it's a very, very good question, and you ask it all the time. So I guess one thing I would say, one statistic that's really challenging here is that 2% of venture capital dollars go to women-led businesses. And the same for women-led funds. It's horrible. So 50% of the people in the country are women, yet only 2% of venture money goes to women-led companies. So we need to change that. And the only way to change that is to change the dynamics of the fund managers and the dynamics of the companies themselves. So my ask of people would be, as you build your teams, really, really focus on how you're building them. Really think about diversity in terms of your team building and what your team is going to look like. That's how this will change over the course of, it'll still take a long time, but that's how things are going to change.
We're really proud that you're a part of Bullpen, and at least today, and we hope that you continue to stay involved, and I hope you meet some great people today that can move you forward. Thanks so much for being here, Kathy.
All right.